Hey, also, I want to share a quick Godot tip I've learned in the past few months that I found super useful, and I figured I'd share it with y'all now. So, here's a simple thing that some of y'all might know about, but if you put a string, for example, we're saying a text here, but you can also do it with a print. You take a variable, if you surround it by pluses, it will enter it into the string. So, for example, here it's you took plus, and then you put the string version of the variable since x is a float by default, I believe. It might be an int though. So we have you took string moves. Mr. Toad Frog's high score is dev score, which is another variable surrounded by pluses, but this one is already a string, so I just leave as a string moves. And when we print that, instead of saying string x, it's going to put whatever we put for x. And instead of saying dev score moves, it's going to show whatever we put for dev score. For an easier example of this, I'll just create a real quick new script. Print you took hello plus, and now I'll do string a, put another plus, moves. Then I can set bar a equal to 5. And when I run this little scene, we get you took 5 moves. Of course, now if I'm smart, I put spaces here so that it looks a little cleaner. And there, you took 5 moves. However, this doesn't just apply for the use of text, because I'm sure many of you knew about text, but however, this goes even more advanced if we get to get tree functions and get nodes. Because when you call for a get node, you can actually use quotations and put your node like that instead of doing it like get node and then you just write button like that with the $sign for get node. But since this is in quotations, you might recognize, wait a second, we could put a plus here and write one of our variables like we're doing for text. And that's why when we go to this function here, that's what I'm doing here. And that's why I believe this is super useful, because instead of writing 10 if statements for each individual situation, you can simply name all your levels a similar thing and then have it call them based on a variable. Like here, we're going to change the scene. This is my scene changing. We have global tile manager current level. That's the way we discover which level is the current level. So we're finding the current level using my current level function, which we won't get into right now, and we're turning that into a string and we're adding it to that. So if the level's 2, current level is going to stay 2, and then we're changing scene to res.level/level2.tscn, which is this level right here. Since I have all my levels laid out in this format to suit the changing of the levels, the game can easily call between different levels and will change naturally without needing any if statements. And so we can just have one function for one button which changes everything and implement that button throughout, saving a bunch of time. It's a simple way to call many things using just one line of code instead of using multiple. Saves me a lot of time and makes things way easier to do. And once I learned this, I was way better at things such as procedural generation or simply calling between levels like I have in my most recent jam game. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know, and thanks for watching. Have a nice day.